Chapter 2091, Clear and Bright Eyes. Chapter 2091, Clear and Bright Eyes. Kill him. Don't let him bring the immortal Gu away. That immortal belongs to me. Gu Jiao Gue Min. Don't think of leaving. The pursuing group was closing in. Feng Jinhuang had two paths ahead of her to choose from. Only one could allow her to escape. The other path would lead to Jiao Gue Min's blessed land headquarters. Feng Jinhuang did not hesitate. She chose the left path and rushed out. With a loud sound, the view before her shined brightly. Feng Jinhuang was slightly dazed. She soon found that her soul had returned to the outside world. The dream realm from earlier had already vanished. I passed the dream realm. As expected, that wild soul path, immortal Gu, is the key. After her soul returned to her body, Feng Jinhuang showed an excited expression. This time, my soul path attainment level rose. Dream Path Master attainment level is really helpful when exploring dream realms. Ever since that dangerous situation in the Gu refinement secret room, Feng Jinhuang benefited from the ordeal instead and advanced to Dream Path Master. The last scene of the dream realm earlier was also Feng Jinhuang's first attempt. She did not know which way was the right one. But at the crucial moment, her Dream Path Master instincts told her which was the correct route to take. It is a pity that I cannot control the instinct gained by becoming a Dream Path Master. It works at times, but does not have effect at other times. If I can become a Dream Path Grandmaster, this instinct will be many times stronger. I can even use Dream Path Gu worms to form killer moves that mimic other paths as well. Feng Jinhuang sighed internally. This advancement to Dream Path Master was already an incredible experience to her. She had been fortunate to succeed after facing immense danger and the threat of death. Feng Jinhuang could clearly feel that her understanding and accumulated knowledge of Dream Path had been used up. She barely became a Dream Path Master. To raise her attainment level again, she would need to accumulate more foundation next. This would take a long time. After packing up, Feng Jinhuang stood up and pushed the door of the cultivation secret room open. Passing the long walkway, she arrived in the living room. Fairy Bai Qing had already cooked food. The table was full of delicacies. Seeing Feng Jinhuang, Fairy Bai Qing smiled. Huang Er, has your cultivation for today ended? Looking at your expression, you must have succeeded. Indeed, mother. Dream Path Master attainment level is truly phenomenal. It is so helpful for my dream realm explorations. Feng Jinhuang sat down and described the final scene of the dream realm. If not for my instincts, my soul would have gotten heavily injured now. Fairy Bai Qing's smile faded away. I've already looked into it. That situation is quite clear now. The ones plotting against you are Li Juning and Su Hao. Li Juning secretly became a Shadow Path Great Grandmaster, but kept a low profile, allowing her to tamper with the Gu materials. But eventually, Zhao Lianyun did not harm you, but saved you instead. I am truly seeing this otherworldly demon in another light. No wonder she could become the current generation fairy. It was not just because she was the lucky person who received Love Gu's recognition. Feng Jinhuang had a complex expression on her face. She recalled the scene in the secret room, fear still lingering in her heart. Back then, she was completely defenseless. She was fish on the chopping block. Zhao Lianyun could decide her life and death. Even though Feng Jinhuang survived without any danger in the end, this situation still stirred her inner heart greatly. Fairy Bai Qing continued to speak. Huang Er, I have already inspected your body. There are no problems. Did Zhao Lianyun really just save you? She did not list any requests. Feng Jinhuang shook her head. Even though she did not say it, I have already guessed her plan. After all, her eventual goal is very obvious. Mother, forget about this. Let's eat. After eating, I need to continue exploring dream realms. Fairy Bai Qing nodded. As long as you know what you are doing. But cultivating day and night all the time is no good. Cultivation has its own pace to follow. Mother, Feng Jinhuang interrupted Fairy Bai Qing. I know about the concept of pacing myself, but I also know that I need to be stronger. I can only protect you when I am stronger. I do not want to be the one who is constantly protected. Only by getting stronger can I fulfill Master's dying wish and become a Dream Path Gu immortal. Only by getting stronger can I make people like Zhao Lianyun and Fang Yuan unable to bully and plot against me. Only by getting stronger can I face my father directly and engage with him in a fight to show him my true goals. Fairy Bai Qing was dazed for a moment. Feng Jinhuang's eyes were seemingly emitting bright light. Two rays of light shot into Fairy Bai Qing's heart. Fairy Bai Qing held down her worries as she smiled. Huang Er, since you have made your decision, go ahead and do it. I will support you all the way. If you have any needs, I will do my best to help you. Feng Jinhuang left her seat and came to Fairy Bai Qing. She held her mother's hands. Mother, I know you love me. Do you have any method to get Gutsgu? I need Gutsgu the most now. Fairy Bai Qing smiled bitterly. Oh Huang Er, this request is too much for me. You know that Gutsgu is only produced on Danghun Mountain, and this mountain is in the hands of that demon Guyu Fang Yuan. He has already stopped selling Gutsgu publicly for a long time now. All of the Gutsgu in the market are just the remaining stock that he sold in the past. With the quantity dwindling, the price is also getting higher. Feng Jinhuang sighed. Mother, you know that many methods can heal my soul, but they will have certain side effects. Nothing can match Gutsgu. I must become a dream path Gu immortal. If my soul has too many varying Dao marks at that time, it will limit my future potential. Fairy Bai Qing patted Feng Jinhuang's hands. I will do my best, sigh. If only your father was here. Feng Jinhuang's expression changed as she said in displeasure. Mother, don't mention him in front of me. All right, I won't talk about him. At the same time, Affection Peak. To think that the sect sent you to convince me. The owner of Affection Peak, Zhao Lianyun, looked at the person with a smile. Bu Zhenzi smiled bitterly. Fairy, please don't take offense. This was a task given to me. I had no choice but to come here and talk to you. Zhao Lianyun's smile widened. You are too polite. Back then, when we went to northern plains and fought on Snowy Mountain, if not for your protection, I would have died already. Please come in. I have prepared some tea for you. Bu Zhenzi was a rank 7 Gu immortal who cultivated Phantom Path. Back then, he was ordered by the sect to protect Zhao Lianyun. He showed a good performance in Reverse Flow River and was heavily nurtured after returning to the sect. Spirit Affinity House's higher-ups also considered this point. They sent Bu Zhenzi here to convince Zhao Lianyun to stop her actions. Bu Zhenzi arrived in the evening. When the tea ceremony ended, the moon had already appeared into the sky. Fairy, there is no need to send me off. I will take my leave now. Bu Zhenzi cupped his fists. His expression was joyful. This discussion was quite successful. Zhao Lianyun was far more magnanimous and easygoing than he had expected. Zhao Lianyun nodded. Goodbye. Bu Zhenzi said sincerely. Fairy, I have already understood your circumstances and problem. I will go and inform First Supreme Elder. Please do not worry. Zhao Lianyun smiled. I will have to trouble you then. Zhao Lianyun watched as Bu Zhenzi left. Even after his figure vanished into the clouds, she still remained standing at the top of Affection Peak. Night winds howled. The surrounding mountains were covered in dense fog, nearly concealing even the bright moon in the sky. This was Spirit Affinity House's main headquarters. The moon in the sky was just an immortal formation in essence. Zhao Lianyun was dressed in white. Her clothes moved along with the wind. She had long black silky hair and clear skin. Her eyes were furrowed as she looked at the night sky. She was Spirit Affinity House's current generation fairy. Her status was very high. Even a rank 7 expert like Bu Zhenzi had to speak to her politely. She had the thieving heaven true inheritance of divine concealment. She controlled Love Gu. She could command people at will. It was really not easy for an otherworldly demon like her to reach this stage. However, none of these made Zhao Lianyun happy. Right now, I have become an immortal, but you are not by my side. Sigh. Being an immortal is no better than immortal. The huge 5 regions and 2 heavens were still not her homeland. She could not truly feel at ease. She was once favored by fortune. She encountered Ma Hongyun, whom she entrusted her heart to. But destiny was also cruel. She got separated from Ma Hongyun, getting sold publicly as Feng Jiuge bought her. She participated in the Reverse Flow River battle, but watched as Fang Yuan killed Ma Hongyun in front of her. She was used by Su Hao and Li Junying as a pawn. She had once knelt on the ground and begged. She tried all ways possible to become the current generation fairy. She was given trouble at the secret inheritance peak. At that time, Spirit Affinity House's Gu immortals were very cold to her. After hearing of Fang Zheng's successful immortal ascension, She went to visit him and even brought gifts. She helped Fang Zheng train his blood turns cold killer move. With the help of Su Hao and Li Juning, she became the affection peak. Lord. She knew about this couple's scheme, but she had to agree to deal with Feng Jinhuang for them. But not only did Feng Jinhuang not die, Zhao Linyun saved her instead. This was Zhao Linyun's scheme. Su Hao and Li Juning made use of me, but I can also make use of their hatred towards Feng Jiugu to manipulate them. If they want to deal with Feng Jiugu, they will need to rely on me. I can also use them to cultivate and grow faster. Thankfully, I have divine concealment. It allows me to face wisdom path Gu immortals with ease. Bu Junzi and I have some history of fighting together. We can become allies for benefits. Fang Zheng has already become the Demon Judgment Board Lord. My investment was truly worth it. And Feng Jinhuang also owes me this favor. Maybe we can join hands to deal with Fang Yuan. After all, he snatched her who immortal blessed land. Zhao Linyun schemed with all her strength. A vague web that connected several forces was already forming around her. She only had one goal. That was to retrieve Ma Hongyun's soul from Fang Yuan and revive her lover, Fang Yuan. Zhao Linyun muttered. The worry on her face deepened immediately. Fang Yuan was like the fog that covered this sky. He was grand and vast. Compared to him, Zhao Linyun was insignificant and weak. Her goal was like the moon in the sky. Clouds covered it and hid everything from her, almost completely obscured. She could not see the path ahead. She could not find a destination. Zhao Linyun gritted her teeth. Her body was like a weak white flower that would be blown away by the wind at any time. But her eyes were still shining brightly. I need to persevere. I cannot give up. If even I fail, then who can still save Hongyan? In this world, he can only rely on me, and I can only rely on myself. Tomorrow, I will head to Sorrowful Wind Mountain Range. The traces of their fight can still be found there. I can gain first-hand information and deduce Fang Yuan's current strength. Chapter 2092, Wang Xiao Heirs Amnesia. Chapter 2092 Wang Xiao Heirs Amnesia. Sorrowful Wind Mountain Range. In an ordinary and common cave. The four great obscenities of Central Continent chose to rest in this place. Eastern Obscenity, Chunin Dao. Western Thief Yubag Wang. Southern Disturbance, Shi Bao, and Northern Squandering Fan Chunyao. They all had rank 4 cultivation level. They were infamous in Central Continent's Gu Master world. They had taken the chastity and lives of many innocent girls to AT this time. These 4 men were standing in a circle. They stared at a young man who was unconscious, observing him. Why hasn't he woken up yet? He has been sleeping these last days. He has not even eaten anything, but he is still full of vitality. Do you guys think he is an immortal? The 4 Gu Masters were talking about Wang Xiao'er. Wang Xiao'er was an ordinary shepherd, but life was extremely cruel to him. During the battle to pursue Fang Yuan, the aftermath caused the mountain he lived on to be destroyed. All of his family members were dead, but for some reason, Wang Xiao'er did not die. He even fell into this peculiar state. Think about it. When we first met him, the grass and flowers around him were blooming and dying constantly. He might be a Gu immortal who joined that battle. He got injured and his enemies thought he was dead, but he used some method to preserve his life. Except he fell into a coma afterwards. Yu Bagwang tried to connect the events. They were just Gu Masters after all. They did not have the information that Heavenly Court was spreading around in Treasure Yellow Heaven. But if he is an immortal, why would an immortal dress like this? Shi Bao pointed at Wang Xiao'er's clothes as he showed a strange expression. Wang Xiao'er's clothes were tattered and patched up. He obviously had the lowest status in society. He was not even qualified to become a Gu Master. Fan Shun, Yao rubbed his chin. If only we can soul search him, we would know the truth. But these days, even though we used all our soul searching methods, there was no effect. This is definitely something a Gu Master cannot do. Soul searching methods have been widely spread ever since Spectral Soul created them. It was simply too convenient after all. Any demonic path Gu Master who did not know a single soul searching method would be too ashamed to call themselves demonic. The 4 Gu Masters gritted their teeth. They had never seen such a peculiar situation. They did not know what to do now. 8 eyes stared at Wang Xiao'er fixedly. Chunin Dao spoke. Sigh. Look at his motionless state. If only this were a female. Immortal. The other 3 looked at each other. He At the next moment, they chuckled knowingly. After some silence, Bao suddenly shouted, "Screw it. Waiting like this will have no progress. I am going to take action." "What are you thinking of doing?" Fan Yao asked. Bao snickered. "This." Before finishing his words, he attacked abruptly. He activated an offensive goo worm and shot out a red light at Wang Xiao'er. "You are crazy." The others were shocked, but soon, all of their attention was drawn by the phenomenon around Wang Xiao'er. They saw that traces of silver threads glowing around Wang Xiao'er. These threads easily blocked the red light. It weakened and dissipated instantly. Bao was dumbfounded. The others showed the same expression. They all knew that this was Bao's strongest method, but it was easily dispelled by this Wang Xiao'er. Looking at his aura alone, this is clearly just a mortal. But he managed to block Bao's attack in his sleep. This is something that even a rank 5 Gu master has to block carefully. If he is not an immortal, what can he be? This is not something a Gu master can do. Wait, his eyelids are moving. The four were shocked. The cave fell into dead silence. Wang Xiao'er slowly opened his eyes. His vision was still blurred. His mind was in a mess. He sat up. Plop, plop. The four Gu masters knelt down on the ground, shouting, "Immortal, spare us." Wang Xiao'er was shocked. "Who are you guys? Where am I? Wait, who am I?" Wang Xiao'er hugged his head as pain could be seen on his face. The four demonic path Gu master looked at each other. A similar thought appeared in all their minds. Don't tell me. The immortal lost his memories? Several days later, in a valley at night, a raging bonfire was burning. "Come, drink wine." Chen Dao placed his arm around Wang Xiao'er's shoulder as he took out the precious wine that was kept for years, offering it to him. Wang Xiao'er's face was already red. He was covered in the odor of alcohol. Once he took the bowl, Bao smiled as he handed the fragrant barbecued meat to Wang Xiao'er. "Come, eat, little brother." Bao's tone was so mushy he even felt like vomiting. This evil individual had never been so nice to anyone. Wang Xiao'er was not only looking rosy, even his clothes had changed. The quality was much better than before. He drank wine and ate meat as he said, "Brothers, you are really nice people. Not only did you save me, you are treating me so well." "Don't mention it." Chen Dao patted Wang Xiao'er's shoulder. "It was fate that we met." At the same time, his heart was bleeding internally. "My wine that has been kept for more than 10 years. I couldn't even bear to drink it myself. We are all people in the same situation. This is nothing." Yu Baguang returned. He had just arranged some investigative goo worms in the surroundings. He showed an honest and dependable smile. Rely on family when at home. Rely on friends when outside. As long as everyone helps each other, I believe this world will become a better place. Seeing the other three's performances, Fan Yao did not want to fall behind as well. They were all shocked by the scene in the cave earlier. After confirming that Wang Xiao'er was a Gu immortal who had lost his memories, they decided to treat him like their own ancestor. After all, if Wang Xiao'er regains his memories in the future, seeing how well the four of them treated him, he would not do anything bad to them. Wang Xiao'er drank wine and ate meat. After filling his stomach, he went to sleep on the comfortable and large bed that the four of them prepared. He had truly gotten amnesiac. Even though he did not lose his ability to function as a person, he could not remember any of the details of his past. During this period, the four Gu masters had brought him back to the ruins, but his memories did not return. All that happened was that Wang Xiao'er remembered his own name. He told the four great obscenities. Wang Xiao'er felt that life was very blissful, but the other four Gu masters felt like life was currently torture. Since when did these four demonic path Gu masters act so subserviently before? They were ruthless and cruel. They did things without worry. Why would they put up this groveling attitude? Thus, a few days later, these four Gu masters could not take it anymore. "Guys, even though I want to know the immortal ascension method from this immortal, this life is really too hard to live. I know, we have to be careful all the time. It is really stifling. My worry is, if this Gu immortal recovers his memories, will he really reward us? If he is a righteous path Gu immortal, he will easily learn of our past deeds. What will he do to demonic path members like us? If he is a demonic path Gu immortal, if he recalls the scene of us attacking him, Will he rip out our tendons and skin? The four of them had deep chemistry after years of living together. Their thoughts were quite similar. The four of them discussed for a while. They decided to get away from Wang Xiao'er. Life was too painful, while reward was nowhere in sight. In fact, they might be awaiting death instead. How can we get free from Wang Xiao'er? We can't leave too directly. If he regains his memories, wouldn't he come after us for trouble? I have a good idea. Tell us, tell us. We are currently here. There is Slaughter Soul Crater nearby. We will enter this place and get free from this problematic person. The next day, the four Gu masters brought Wang Xiao'er deep into Slaughter Soul Crater. Slaughter Soul Crater had a plain terrain, but the actual environment was very complicated. This place was part of Sorrowful Wind Mountain Range. It was originally an ordinary mountain that had nothing special in it. But after the huge battle involving Fang Yuan, this place was implicated at that time. Black Heaven Temple's Gu immortals witnessed themselves how this Slaughter Soul sunken land formed. Spectral Soul shot out a black soul ball, but Dragon Palace dodged it. This soul ball shot into the mountain valley. There was no sound at the instance, with the valley as the core. The surrounding 1,000 li of mountains and valleys turned into black dust that flew away with the wind. The originally bountiful mountains vanished soundlessly. Only a huge crater was left. The crater was formed by Spectral Soul's killer move. It was filled with soul path down marks. The living beings who had once lived here were wiped out, but their souls remained. Soul path down marks, wind path down marks, earth path down marks, and others converged to form a dense fog. All sorts of soul beasts started to live in the fog. The surrounding living beings either entered by mistake or were attacked by the soul beasts. Either way, the more living beings that died here, the more souls that remained. This Slaughter Soul Crater's fog became increasingly denser. The five of them carefully avoided many strong soul beasts. They went to the center of Slaughter Soul Crater. Yu Bagwang made an excuse of scouting the area as he left. The other four did not move away. Wang Xiao'er did not understand the situation. He asked, "Brothers, why are we here? Clearly, we want to leave you here. Of course, we won't do it directly. We will lure some soul beasts here and pretend to be outmatched. In order to protect you, we will lure these soul beasts away while risking our lives." Chen Dao smiled to himself as he thought. Other than putting up a show, the four great obscenities also had another thought that in the event that this immortal died at the hands of the soul beasts, would he leave any inheritance behind? Those who were in the demonic path were normally people with extraordinary guts. The four great obscenities were outstanding members in this aspect. Chen Dao did not speak the truth, of course. He patted Wang Xiao'er's shoulder. "Brother, we came to Sorrowful Wind Mountain Range to collect some Gu materials. This Slaughter Soul Crater was created by the fight between immortals. Before it calms down completely, we have a lot of opportunities to get rich here." Chapter 2093, Chaotic Battle of Five People. Chapter 2093, Chaotic Battle of Five People. Slaughter Soul Crater was still forming now. During the process of conflicting with the surroundings, many gaps would naturally appear. After it stabilizes and reaches balance with the surroundings, the living beings would return inside. Beast groups and beast kings would guard their own territories and expand the crater. By then, outsiders would not be able to enter easily. Right at this time, the howling of soul beasts could suddenly be heard. Chen Dao was slightly surprised. Yu Bagwang's ability to lure beasts has increased. But soon, they found something amiss. What lured the soul beasts here was not Yu Bagwang, but a group of Central Continent Righteous Path Gu masters. These people passed the soul fog and arrived in front of Chen Dao. They were at first happy to see reinforcements, but soon, their expressions changed. Someone shouted, "Oh no, the four great obscenities." After observing the situation, Chen Dao relaxed and smiled coldly as a sharp gaze flashed in his eyes. "This is my lucky day." An intense battle ensued. The Central Continent four great obscenities obtained great victory. Not only did they kill some soul beasts, they even captured some Righteous Path Gu masters alive. What a coincidence! These five remaining ones are all girls. Look at this one, she looks really cute. This one is not bad too. My favorite is this one. Look at her tiny mouth and big eyes. The four demonic path Gu masters assessed the girls with increasing fondness as their captives. The female Gu masters were extremely fearful. What are you trying to do? I'm warning you, don't have any evil thoughts. Otherwise, even if I die, I won't let you succeed. Humph. I am a Gu master of Spirit Affinity House. Consider the consequences before you act. Facing the threats of the girls, the four great obscenities laughed wildly instead. Yes, this is what I like. I love this expression. Go on and scream. Shout louder. Nobody is going to save you. So what if you are from Spirit Affinity House? Back then, we even targeted Heavenly Lotus Sect's Fairy by Xia. It was a pity that guy called Feng Yuan ruined it. Humph. We will find him and settle the score eventually. The four great obscenities slowly approached the female captives as they chuckled lewdly to themselves. Brothers, what are you guys doing? Wang Xiao'er spoke from behind them. He was completely muddled. The other 9 people were all stunned. Chunin Dao frowned. The atmosphere from earlier was completely ruined by Wang Xiao'er's words. Shibao directly walked towards Wang Xiao'er and wrapped his arm around his neck, bringing him to the female Gu masters as he chuckled. Brother Wang Xiao'er, we will give you an eye-opener today. You will learn what the true joy of the mortal world is. The other 3 obscenities looked at each other. They communicated with each other subtly and nodded. All of them were daring people who had been on the righteous path's arrest warrants for years. They lived lives of worry and danger. They were used to maximizing their happiness regardless of consequences. Wang Xiao'er was going to be dealt with later anyway. In fact, dragging an immortal through the mud was also quite fun. Let's do that. Thus, the 4 great obscenities surrounded Wang Xiao'er. Oh, so little brother does not know this. Don't worry, us elder brothers will teach you. Come on, this is a really fun thing to do. After one attempt, you will be hooked. Half the fulfillment of life lies here. Wang Xiao'er nodded repeatedly as he asked with interest, what should I do? Shibao had a muscular body and impatient nature. He immediately dropped his pants. Do this. The female Gu masters shouted in unison. Some had their eyes shut. Hee. Yu Bagwang had a slim body. He also removed his pants. There was another wave of screaming. Fan Chunyao was slightly chubbier. He pouted as he removed his pants, pointing downwards. Look. The female captives screamed even louder now. Shibao and Yu Bagwang stared with wide eyes. They showed an indignant expression, but the fact was right here. It made them feel helpless. Chunin Dao quietly pulled down his pants. The female Gu master's screams reached an unprecedented peak. The other 3 obscenities raised their thumbs in unison, saying, as expected of our boss. Let me do it too. Wang Xiao'er was excited. He quickly removed his pants. The female captives gasped at the same time. The 4 great obscenities cast their gaze at the same time. The surroundings fell into a state of awkwardness. Shibao was the most straightforward person. He walked towards Wang Xiao'er and patted his shoulders in sympathy. This is not your fault. You should blame your parents instead. Fan Chunyao consoled. Don't worry. Even though you have a poor foundation, this also proves that you have a lot of room for improvement. I have many Gu worms. I can help you. Yu Bagwang encouraged. Chunin Dao did not speak. He only thought to himself. This Wang Xiao'er really lives up to his name. 1. Let's go. I can't wait anymore. Shibao walked towards the female Gu masters. No, don't come here. The female Gu masters quickly shuffled backwards. Some had pale expressions. Some had bright red faces. Let's go together. Together. Fan Chunyao clapped. But they don't seem too willing. This isn't appropriate? Wang Xiao'er asked softly. Don't worry. Just follow what we do. Chunin Dao encouraged Wang Xiao'er. Just as the 5 were about to take action, they heard a cold snort. Instantly, the 4 great obscenities and Wang Xiao'er turned into motionless statues. The female captives were extremely shocked. Next, Zhao Lianyan walked out of the dense fog. She came here to try and deduce Fang Yuan's strength through the traces he left behind. But now, her mood was very heavy. While she was about to return, she found that a female Gu master of Spirit Affinity House had gotten into danger. She immediately took action. Thus, the central continent 4 great obscenities were taken down easily. After expressing her identity, Zhao Lianyan saved these female Gu masters. The female Gu masters thanked her profusely. The Spirit Affinity House Gu master was even filled with admiration and excitement. Fairy Lianyan. These 4 great obscenities have committed many atrocious acts. This is their retribution. These people have sinned greatly. Even killing them is too cheap of a punishment. Zhao Lianyun smiled. Taking their life is really too good for them. How can we uphold justice for those women they harmed? I have a good method, just watch. Zhao Lianyun waved her sleeves as the five guys started to move again. Despite being so close in proximity, they could not see Zhao Lianyun and the rest. They were stuck in some illusion. Beauty, here I come. Shi Bao pounced at Fan Chunyao. After Fan Chunyao was pushed to the ground, he continued smiling. Ah, you are really rough. The five men were stuck in a physical brawl, engaging in a chaotic battle. The female Gu masters watched with dumbfounded expressions. They quickly turned red. Oh heaven. A girl covered her eyes but continued to peek through the gap between her fingers. This hurts my eyes. Someone gasped. This position is possible? A mature female Gu master recorded this knowledge in her mind. All right. Zhao Lianyun waved her sleeve. Leave with me. These people will continue with this until the soul beasts eat them or when they die of exhaustion. The female Gu masters were shocked by Zhao Lianyun's method. They obediently followed her and left the place. But even Zhao Lianyun could not have anticipated this. After a few minutes, silver threads started to shine around Wang Xiaoer's body. These silver threads radiated the surroundings, causing the five who were locked in intense physical engagement to awaken. They remembered everything that happened. There was dead silence. We were so unlucky. A female immortal actually came. Fan Chunyao was internally shocked. This female immortal is too vicious. That was more cruel than just killing us. There were tears in Yu Baguang's eyes as he grabbed his hair and screamed internally. I actually. Chunin Dao no longer had the disposition of a leader. His eyes were hollow. He muttered as he thought of suicide. Ugh. Shi Bao started to vomit profusely. What happened, guys? Amidst the silence, Wang Xiaoer spoke with a confused expression. Why did we stop? The four of them were shocked. They turned around to look at the naked Wang Xiaoer. They were frozen like statues. Wang Xiaoer scratched his head. Brothers, why are you looking at me? Oh right. Those female Gu masters were all brought away. I thought they were going to play a game with us. Shi Bao stopped vomiting. The four of them looked at each other with complete silence. After some time, Chunin Dao spoke with a trembling voice. Brother Wang Xiaoer, you are really smart. Those women that we invited were audiences. Didn't you see their expressions? Think about it. They were all excited, very excited and focused. They were watching in amazement. We were helping these people feel joy and pleasure. Isn't this how us men should act? As expected of our boss. The other three obscenities raised their thumbs in approval. Wang Xiaoer clapped with his fist and palm as he realized. So that's it. Brothers, you are all good people. Chunin Dao laughed loudly. Of course we are. Saying so, he wiped his tears away. Next, he said to the other three. So be it that this happened, don't tell anyone about it. We are doing a good deed, but we will not publicize it. This is how true gentlemen act. The other three nodded rapidly. Of course, if they spoke about this, it would be too humiliating. What would everyone think of them? Wang Xiaoer asked again. Brothers, are we still going to play? The atmosphere froze once again. Shi Bao cursed. Play my ass. Play what? They have all left. Nobody is here to see it. Yu Baguang added in with a meek voice. After getting scolded, Wang Xiaoer felt quite happy as he smiled innocently. Oh, it is great that we're stopping. Brother Shi Bao is right. My butt still hurts a lot now. The scene fell into silence again. Shi Bao slammed his fists on the ground repeatedly while Yu Baguang lowered his head, biting his lips as blood started to appear. Fan Chunyao slammed his own head with his fists, trying to send himself into a coma. Chunin Dao stared at Wang Xiaoer with wide eyes. His lips were shaking. Wang Xiaoer looked at Chunin Dao as he asked in confusion. Brother Chun, do you have anything to say to me? At the next moment, Wang Xiaoer realized. Oh, I get it. Does your butt hurt too? Cough. Chunin Dao spat out a mouthful of blood as he fell down on the ground. Boss. 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 The others who were still naked quickly ran over to him, trying to help Chunin Dao. Chunin Dao was very feeble now. He barely managed to open his eyes as he said weakly, in an almost sobbing voice, Go away, don't touch me. 1. In certain slangs his name sounds like small little brother. Chapter 2094, Brotherhood. Days later, sunlight pierced through the darkness, radiating on the world in a certain valley near the periphery of sorrowful Wind Mountain Range. Eastern obscenity, Chenin Dao. Western thief Yubaguang. Southern disturbance, Shi Bao. And northern squandering Fan Chun. Yao had already woken up. They were sitting on an icy rock, looking at the sky as they laid spread-eagled. Their eyes were hollow. There was no life in them. Ever since that terrible ordeal in Slaughter Soul Crater, every night, the four great obscenities and Wang Xiao Air would lose control of their bodies. They would engage in the indescribable activity together. The four great obscenities would lose their senses each time. By the time they wake up, they would realize that they had done some horrifying act once again. Even though Wang Xiao Air got rid of a portion of Zhao Lianyun's method, some of it still lingered. This is a curse. The most vicious curse in this world. That fairy from Spirit Affinity House looks so kind and delicate, but she is truly too vicious. She is evil to the core. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Maybe I am just dreaming now. I will wake up from my nightmare one day, right? I am a great man. How can I do something so shameful? I have let down heaven and earth. I have let down my parents. I have let down myself. The four great obscenities were silent on the outside, but they were all crying out in their hearts, feeling sadness and anger, regret and pain. Wang Xiao Air walked out of the Gu house at this moment. He had just woken up. He rubbed his eyes and looked at them, asking in concern, "Brothers, why are you up so early? You are all naked outside. You might catch a cold." The four great obscenities' bodies shook intensely. They turned around and looked at Wang Xiao Air, showing a complex emotion on their faces. On one hand, they revered Wang Xiao Air because of Zhao Lianyun's method. If not for him, they would have died of exhaustion already. They believed in Wang Xiao Air's identity now. Only an immortal could dispel another immortal's method. But on the other hand, they hated Wang Xiao Air. Ever since they saved him, nothing good had happened. Not only did they return from sorrowful Wind Mountain Range empty-handed, they even received the greatest humiliation of their lives. After a long silence, their boss Chun Yin Dao spoke bitterly. "Brother, you woke up." "Yes, our exercise last night was too intense. I slept very soundly." Wang Xiao Air smiled innocently. "Recently, I've started to feel pleasure from this. Brothers, what you told me earlier makes sense after all." The four great obscenities' bodies shook again. The four of them looked at each other, sensing the fear and horror in each other's eyes. "Don't tell me this immortal was like this to begin with. What sort of person did we actually save? Maybe he has the ability to lift our curse, but he purposely chose not to. This is something we should think about. Is he really amnesiac, or is he pretending? If I like men too, as an immortal, I might want to play around in the mortal world as well." The four felt more terror as they thought about it. They wanted to get away from Wang Xiao Air, but they could not do that anymore. Each time the curse activated, they needed Wang Xiao Air to dispel it. If they left, they might die the following night. Thus, the four of them had to keep Wang Xiao Air happy so that he would get rid of this fatal danger for them. Seriously, what is this situation? Chun Yin Dao wanted to cry, but he had to smile forcefully. "Xiao Air, this is nothing much. We enjoy blessings and endure misfortune together. We are brothers after all." After finishing his words, Chun Yin Dao stared at the other three. They had to resist the disgusting feeling as they spoke in agreement as well. "Indeed, this is our brotherhood. Otherwise, why would there be a saying about brotherly relationships? We were destined to meet. As your elder brothers, we need to take care of you." Wang Xiao Air smiled and nodded. "It was really my fortune to have met you brothers. No, this is the greatest misfortune of my life." The four of them screamed internally. Wang Xiao Air added, "Let's continue to play tonight. Don't remind me, you scumbag." The four of them cried out in anguish in their minds. While Wang Xiao Air was away, the four of them gathered during the day. "We cannot let this go on. We cannot live life like this. Guys, do you think Wang Xiao Air really lost his memories, or is he pretending? We need to test it. Go capture a few mortal women tonight. No matter what, we need to let Wang Xiao Air know we are normal people. If he really lost his memories, we will turn him back to normal. If he is pretending, we will make sure he cannot put up with the act anymore." The four great obscenities shouted in unison. They were going crazy these last days. This method was risky, but even if they angered the immortal Wang Xiao heir, death was still a good reward at this point. At night time, the four great obscenities captured over a dozen mortal women. The women were all brought into the Gu house. Wang Xiao heir was a little excited. "Brothers, you have worked hard to invite such a large audience tonight. Brother, let us teach you something tonight." Chun Yin Dao patted Wang Xiao heir's shoulder as he said solemnly, "All right, I will do my best to learn it. I will listen with my heart." Wang Xiao heir clenched his fists, showing an excited expression, but reality was still cruel to them. When their activity reached the climax stage, the four great obscenities were shocked to find out they could not do it. "Quick, turn hard now." "Oh, why did this happen? I actually don't feel anything towards women. Why do I feel more excited and pleasured when I look at men now?" The four men wanted to struggle, but the curse activated at the next moment. The female captives were shocked to see the battle of 5 men. It was a climactic fight. Some of them were very excited while the others felt disappointment. Some even wanted to join in, but were sent flying with one slap. This incident was a huge blow to the four great obscenities. "Let's suicide. This is not a life that we can lead. Living is worse than death. I'd rather die now. Can anyone kill me? Please come out now." The four of them were sick of life. They were listless and dejected all the time, seemingly granting their wishes. Not long after, righteous path Gu masters came to pursue them. "We finally found you. You dared to target our spirit affinity house's disciple. Did you really think we would let you off?" Qin Wan said with anger, attacking the four great obscenities. The four great obscenities were in despair and felt life was not worth living. After leaving sorrowful Wind Mountain Range, they did not bother to conceal their traces. They were no longer as vigilant as usual. After hearing that they were alive, Zhao Linyun felt a little interested. She passed down a sect mission to kill these people and investigate the truth. Qin Wan was close to Feng Huang, but she did not know that this mission, which carried a huge reward, was listed by Zhao Linyun. The Spirit Affinity House Gu Master who got captured in Slaughter Soul Crater earlier was close to her. Thus, she took on this mission. The four great obscenities screamed about not wanting to live every day, but at the moment of crisis, they erupted with an intense will to survive. For half a month, they fought nearly 10 times. Qin Wan had rank 5 cultivation level. She suppressed the 5 of them. Even though the four great obscenities were famous demonic path Gu masters in Central Continent, they were just demonic cultivators that the 10 great ancient sects allowed to live. These demonic cultivators were useful in training their sect disciples. Thus, they made use of these people to act as a trial for their members. The 10 great ancient sects did not mind minor characters like the four great obscenities. Thus, they were allowed to cause chaos in Central Continent and hide successfully from arrests. But the situation was different now. The Gu immortal Zhao Linyun had sent a mission. The force pursuing them was different from usual. The four great obscenities escaped, with Wang Xiao heir as they tried to come up with a plan. "We can't live in Central Continent anymore. What do? We can only go elsewhere. Boss, you can decide for us." Chun Yindao pondered. "Northern Plains is dangerous and lacks resources. We can't go there. Even though Eastern Sea is rich, the righteous path is fighting against those variant humans. It is too dangerous. Western Desert is full of deserts, and the environment is bad. Let's go to Southern Border instead." "All right, we will go to Southern Border." Southern Border, underground. According to Lu Weiyin, it should be here. Found it. Fang Yuan went deep underground. Suddenly, his eyes shined as he found his target. He saw that at the walls of this small earth trench, there was a field of pink grassland. Each grass was pink, moving without any wind. Looking at the grass, each was thin and long, resembling fur. "This is the earth dream fetus hair. Meng Qiuzhen, come out." Fang Yuan opened his immortal aperture door as the pure dream clone came out. Meng Qiuzhen took a glance and praised it as he took action, using dream path methods to carefully store the earth dream fetus hair away. After Fang Yuan obtained Southern Border's Paradise Earth True Inheritance, he gained many Earth Path Immortal Goo. He also had methods to search for immortal materials underground and the ability to control flying Earth. The Mushroom Man Paradise had existed in Southern Border for a long time. After tens of generations of accumulation, They found a lot of treasures deep under southern border. Among the treasures, Fang Yuan found some locations with dream path immortal materials. The Earth Dream Fetus Hair was just one of them. Dream path goo materials and goo worms had appeared in the world long ago. For example, Fang Yuan's dream token and the spring dream fruit tree that Bo Qing and Mo Yao found. This was like how water path goo worms and materials existed during Renzu's era. But water path was only created by Central Continent's Shui-Ni, the founder of Spirit Affinity House. During the medieval antiquity era, dream path was similar. Even though dream path had not been formally created, the dream path goo worms and materials that existed in history had already appeared. But dream path was different from water path. It would have an explosive growth in the future. By then, the 5 regions and 2 heavens would be full of dream realms, because dream path goo materials would be too easily obtainable, and because a vast number of goo cultivators could use them, dream path would quickly progress as a path. Countless dream path goo masters would cultivate more dream path goo materials to refine more dream path goo worms, pushing the progress of dream path to an unprecedented level. If Great Dream Immortal Venerable truly appears, then dream path would reach its peak popularity in history. Thus, Fang Yuan was not surprised that some dream path immortal materials were hidden away. Meng Xiaozhen successfully took the Earth Dream Fetus Hair. He went back inside Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal aperture. Next, Fang Yuan went to another location. There were many 9-tuned dream flowers there. Meng Xiaozhen had a lot of things to do. On one hand, he had to organize dream path killer moves. On the other hand, he had to plant resources and develop his immortal aperture, according to Fang Yuan's plan. After these dream path immortal materials were successfully retrieved, Meng Xiaozhen would have a complete set of dream path methods to at that time. He would take the place of Fang Yuan's main body and invest himself into exploring dream realms that To play safe. Meng Xiaozhen would first use up Spectral Soul's dream realms before moving onto Paradise Earth's dream realms, just in case there was a trap. Even though this was highly unlikely, Fang Yuan was still a vigilant person. Chapter 2095, Sheng Tian True Inheritance. Meng Xiaozhen was controlled by a goo worm. His eyes were shut. He was brought into a secret location by someone. All right. Number 3. You can open your eyes now. A shrill voice could be heard beside him. The goo worm suppressing Meng Xiaozhen had been kept away. Meng Xiaozhen opened his eyes and found that he was in a dark cave. Meng Xiaozhen was kneeling on the ground. In front of him was an old man. The old man had a sharp voice. His face was covered in paint. He gave off a peculiar and cold feeling. This is the leader of Painted Faces, sly-hard old man. Meng Xiaozhen thought. To think that I would meet this legendary person from 100,000 years ago. Indeed, Meng Xiaozhen was exploring a dream realm now. This dream realm naturally originated from Spectral Soul. This sly-hard old man in his dream was a wisdom path and transformation path cultivator. He was a legendary person who existed between the eras of Spectral Soul and Paradise Earth 100,000 years ago. He was also the creator of a demonic path organization. It was called Painted Faces. This organization was like Zombie Alliance and Shadow Sect. It was a huge organization that spanned across all 5 regions, something rarely seen in history. All of the members in the organization had painted faces of various colors to differentiate their varying statuses. Painted Faces was an assassination organization. Killing goo masters was just an ordinary thing. When they were at their peak, they even had goo immortal experts. As long as the price was paid, they could kill goo immortals for their customers. Meng Xiaozhen had already entered this dream realm for a long time. He went from the initial 108th position to 3rd position. According to my instincts, if I can become the number 1 position in the organization, I will pass this dream realm. Meng Xiaozhen was very certain. His dream path master instincts told him the answer already. Sly-hard old man took out 3 goo worms. Number 3. You want to become number 2, but it will not be easy. There are 3 goo worms here. Choose one. Each one contains the details of a mission. Meng Xiaozhen secretly activated Dream Butterfly Immortal Goo. Almost all the other paths goo worms could not be used freely in dream realms. But dream path goo worms were not restricted. After Dream Butterfly Immortal Goo was instilled with immortal essence, it vanished from within Meng Xiaozhen's immortal aperture. Meng Xiaojun first placed his gaze on the goo worm to the left, the next moment. He saw that after he chose the goo worm, he went into a seizure, saliva appeared from his mouth, he died. On the spot, sly-hard old man looked at his corpse as he said coldly, "What a pity, number 3. Even though you are skilled in transformation path, your wisdom path attainment is too low. It was your bad luck to have chosen this." Meng Xiaojun retracted his gaze as the scene vanished. He looked at the middle goo worm, the next moment, he saw another scene. After he took the second goo worm, sly-hard old man suddenly attacked. With a loud sound, his palm slammed onto Meng Xiaojun's chest. Meng Xiaojun was caught unguarded. His ribs broke, his heart burst. His eyes stared widely as he died on the spot. Sly-hard old man sneered. "So you are the spy after all. You went after this goo worm, not knowing the trap that I set. I had already gave out some false information to trick those spies of the righteous path." Meng Xiaojun retracted his gaze. Evidently, the first 2 goo worms could not be chosen, but the third one might not be correct either. Meng Xiaojun wanted to continue checking, but sly-hard old man rushed him. "Quickly choose. What are you waiting for?" Meng Xiaojun knew that this painted face organization was dark and cruel. They had no regard for human lives. If he waited anymore, sly-hard old man would activate the goo worm in his body and he would be punished. He might suffer heavy injuries or even die on the spot. Thus, Meng Xiaojun did not use dream butterfly immortal goo again. He quickly spoke and chose the third goo worm. For just a moment, a complex expression flashed on sly-hard old man's face. After being silent for some time, sly-hard old man nodded. "You chose the most appropriate goo for you. It seems your luck is not bad. Maybe you can gain some benefits there. You might even be able to return alive." Saying so, sly-hard old man took a few steps and exposed the door behind him. "After opening this door, you will enter a tunnel. You need to walk quickly. Do not stop, otherwise the tunnel will digest you. After passing it, you will reach a place. Over there, do your best to survive. If you can find a way back and meet me once again, you will gain our organization's #1 position." "Yes, Lord." Meng Xiaojun immediately got up, pushing open the door and entering the tunnel. This tunnel was quite unique. It was round in shape, but the inner walls were made of flesh and blood. There was slight vibrations in them as gastric acid flowed out constantly. Meng Xiaojun activated the defensive method of this person, but still felt deep pressure. Like what sly-hard old man said, if he stayed for too long, he might really get digested. He quickly got past the creepy and wet flesh tunnel as he arrived in a huge world. Within the primitive forest, fierce beasts roared as strange birds growled. Far away, 2 beastman groups were fighting. Meng Xiaojun turned around and looked back. The tunnel had already vanished. He only saw an ordinary mountain wall. Meng Xiaojun was shook internally. To ensure that he could efficiently explore dream realms, the main body had given him many details of history. That tunnel really is the intestine of the gluttonous demon frog. This is the place where reckless savage demon Venerable left behind his true inheritance. Myriad beast fusion color heaven. Days later, the dream realm dissipated. Meng Xiaojun had a tired expression as he started to inspect his gains. Transformation path and wisdom path attainment levels went up. Not bad. Meng Xiaojun was rather satisfied. Forget about transformation path, but his wisdom path attainment level really needed a boost, especially when Fang Yuan knew his own luck, and the fact that star constellation Immortal Venerable had very likely already revived. The true myriad beast fusion color heaven was naturally vast and boundless, but Meng Xiaojun was only in a dream realm. Meng Xiaojun had dream armor Immortal Goo's protection, and also dream creation Immortal Goo and dream butterfly. Immortal Goo as methods, especially dream butterfly Immortal Goo. Even though it was an investigative goo worm, its use in exploring dream realms surpassed dream armor and dream creation. Dream path master attainment level gave him instincts. When instincts worked, Meng Xiaojun would use them to find the correct answers rapidly. When instincts did not work, then Meng Xiaojun would use dream butterfly Immortal Goo to foresee the future possibilities of the dream realm and avoid danger. He would quickly find the most appropriate methods, like how Meng Xiaojun used dream butterfly Immortal Goo in front of sly-hard old man earlier to find out the correct choice. In the past, Fang Yuan would have to test it one by one. If he chose wrongly, his soul would be injured. He would waste time healing himself and restart the dream realm all over again. Even though Meng Qiuzhen only had rank 6 cultivation level, his efficiency at exploring dream realms was many times that of Fang Yuan's main body, southern border. Central continent's 4 great obscenities and Wang Xiao'er were forced into desperation by Qin Wan. There was a sinkhole behind them. "Don't come here, otherwise we will jump off," Wang Xiao'er shouted in anxiety. Qin Wan smiled coldly as she walked closer. "Then jump. You will die if you do that. Behind you is southern border's sun-moon sinkhole. The pit is unfathomably deep. Not just Gu masters. Even Gu immortals cannot explore it easily. If you jump, you will surely die." The 4 great obscenities were currently injured. They gritted their teeth. "Qin Wan, we'll remember you. You lunatic. We already escaped to southern border, but you actually pursued us all the way here. What are you after?" Even though we captured Spirit Affinity House's female Gu master, no matter what relationship she has with you, we did not touch her at all. "Qin Wan, you received a sect mission to kill us. But if we die like this, you won't be able to report your mission easily too, right?" Chun Yin Dao suddenly said with a deep gaze. Qin Wan's movement froze for a moment. But in just a moment, she realized that the enemy was trying to probe her, and she fell for it. Some information was leaked from this action. Qin Wan concealed the shame in her heart as she placed her arms behind her back. Looking at these defeated individuals, she said arrogantly on purpose, "I can't report it? Killing you is the best evidence I need. But it is not that I cannot let you live. Hand over all your Gu worms and surrender. If I bring you back to Central Continent, you will still have a chance to live." Chun Yin Dao sneered. "We know about the crimes we've committed." After Miss Qin Wan said that, it confirmed my guesses. Qin Wan also sneered. "So what if you guessed it? Can you turn this around? Do you still have a chance?" A strange expression appeared on Chun Yin Dao's face. "Actually, we still have hope. Brother Wang Xiao'er will depend on you now." Saying so, he pushed Wang Xiao'er, who was hiding at the back, to the front. Wang Xiao'er was shocked. "Brothers, I am not a Gu master." Qin Wan also felt confused. She had fought with the 4 great obscenities for this long. She knew that Wang Xiao'er was immortal. Humph, trying to bluster and act mysterious. Qin Wan was about to attack, but at the next moment, there was a loud explosion. A huge air current surged as wind blew strongly. Wang Xiao'er, Qin Wan, and the others who were near the sinkhole were caught off guard. They were sent into the air by the currents before crashing down heavily. What happened? Everyone was shocked. Next, the figure of a southern border Gu master moved along this current as he flew into the sky. Kong Ritian, don't think of leaving. The Gu master who landed on the ground first was the demonic path Kong Ritian. He escaped without even turning around as he shouted, "Wu Ji, you are the leader of Wu clan, yet you are not keeping your promise." Wu Ji chased after him as she shouted, "What's the use of keeping my word to a demonic path scoundrel like you? Leave behind the Gu worms of Shang Tian true inheritance." Next, Shang Xinci, Xiao Yin, counterfeit master, Tai Ronan, Yi Chong, and others also descended from the sky. "Chase him, don't let him escape. That is a Gu immortal true inheritance." As the group chased, a dust cloud was created along the way. Qin Wan, Wang Xiao'er, and the rest were all stunned. Seeing that he was about to be caught, Kong Ritian shouted at Qin Wan and the rest, "The people in front, whoever can help me escape will share this Gu immortal true inheritance with me." Qin Wan and the rest heard this. Their eyes shined brightly. "You cannot escape. Everything belongs to my Wu clan." Wu Ji was enraged. She jumped into the air. Both her fists were clenched. She raised them above her head as she activated a mortal killer move. Boom! As she landed on the ground, she slammed down. The ground shook. Rocks were sent flying. A huge vibration force spread to the surroundings rapidly. No one could avoid it in time. They quickly put up their defenses in a panic. Qin Wan and the rest were also implicated. Their expressions changed. Wu Ji was the #1 expert of the current southern border Gu master world.